Art block comes from anxiety and or fear, at least for me, at least in this moment. Or honestly, most of the times I feel blocked. The worst part, this anxiety is self-induced. But this is also the good part, because it means I can do something about it. Before I get into it, there's also the possibility that you just have no ideas at the moment. Then, things like prompt lists or a pre-planned study subject could help. But there are so many videos about this already. This one isn't going to talk about that. Originally, this video should be out last week and also have a totally different topic. But here I am, sitting in front of an empty script and sketchbook, not able to put anything sensible down. All because I made the decision to try and make my art my career. All in my head, mind you. Nothing externally actually changed. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why am I doing this to myself? Not only am I not creating, I also feel guilty about not creating, because how am I supposed to make this my career if I'm not making art? Which makes the mental blockade even worse. How do I get out of this? Well, I'm not a therapist, but I try to lower the expectations I have of myself. Part of it is trying to distance myself from my art. My art doesn't define me as a person or my self-worth, for that matter. If I make bad art, I'm not a bad person. If I make good art, I'm not a good person. If I don't make art, I'm still a person. But I could be a person who likes making art. I'm also afraid of making mistakes or bad art. But bad art is even necessary for improving and the artistic process. You cannot improve without making some bad art. And I want to improve. I want to explore. But it needs bravery to explore and to make bad art. Why not be messy, be wrong? Play. Play with art, with creating, have fun again. That's why I wanted to make art my career in the first place. To have fun. Reminding me of all this helps, but it doesn't get me drawing yet. Another thing I noticed is that the more I postpone it, the worse it gets. So just start something as easy as possible. For me, that would be something like copying something from Instagram or one of my art books. But if this is still too daunting, I switch directions, or rather mediums. I grab a messy art supply I normally don't use a lot, like a crayon or a thick brush and my cheap watercolors. Or better yet, both! I make splashes and random lines on the page. It doesn't have to be anything. If I end up seeing something I want to develop further, good. If not, also good. The key is to get back into creating, even if it's only for 5 minutes or so. You finish a page or line and get some dopamine, because you did a thing. Don't forget to really celebrate the fact that you did indeed hold a pencil or brush or whatever and make a mark on the paper. It's a huge success. And this dopamine you're getting helps to pick up the pen the next time, and the next, and the next. There's also the possibility that it's in fact not fear that's holding you back. It's depletion. Sometimes your capacity is compromised. In a way, simple rest or sleep doesn't fix. It could be that you are grieving or dealing with something else in your life that leaves you drained and makes your creativity temporarily inaccessible. In those moments, the advice I was giving doesn't help. It actually hurts and leads you into burnout. Be honest with yourself. Are you avoiding a feeling like fear, or are you emotionally drained? If you are avoiding, you can show up and be consistent. But if it's the latter, you might need something deeper. Do things that recharge you. For example, meet with people you love, or take a nice long bath by candlelight and nice music, or spend time in nature, or with your pets, or both. Either way, be kind to yourself and have patience. And don't forget to play.